Let's do it.
How about these St. George idiots, bro?
Hey.
What happened? Tell us.
Okay, look, so basically Paul Vaughan decided to throw a party at his house. Just more watch the footy, kind of just have the boys over for the footy, like, like we do. They're not aware that, I think they are, but they're just idiots, that they are under stage 4, like level 4 protocol for NRL. So forgetting the government rules for a second, they're under like level 4 strict. So you go to the shops, you go home. You go training, you go home. That's where it's at. So Paul Vaughan decided, hey, why don't we throw a bit of a party? Let's get some boys over, watch the footy, hang out.
It was 13 of them, wasn't it?
13. So initially it was rumored there was about 6. Then the number grew to 12. Then the number went up to about 16, 17. Then it came down to about 13.
Is that their full starting squad?
Yeah, to an extent. So a couple of players will come off the bench, but that's 13 of first graders of the 17 players. So it's not like there was a mix of 20s and a mix of cup and a mix of, Jersey Flegler, SG Ball. They were all from the first grade side. So 13 of the top 30 squad were at this guy's house.
Brother, and they all got a minimum 1 week suspension.
Yeah, so they had to, what they've done, the NRL have actually had to scatter it across the 4 weeks, because if they hit them all in the 1 week, because all the other competitions are suspended at the moment, they can't bring people up from the juniors.
So it's not all the same week?
No, it's not. So they're all under different weeks. And the main guy who hosted it, Paul Vaughan, has copped an 8-week suspension and $50,000 fine. In total, there's about $305,000 across fines. The NRL took into account all the customers, all the players' salaries, and not all of them earned big dosh. So not all of them on the big money. So the ones that were with big money, like Paul Vaughan, copped the $50,000 fine. Corey Norman, he tried to leg it from the cops and he dropped his wallet. Jack DeBellin, who just got cleared from everything that happened to him, he hid under the bed. The players got him upstairs to hide under the bed. He copped a $42,000 fine.
That's the one that ticks me off the most. Is old mate DeBellin just got back into the game, and he goes and pulls something like this. Like, are you kidding me? He spent 2 years out of the game?
Yeah, 2, almost 3 years.
Bro, he spent nearly 3 years on the sideline because of that case that was against him. And so a couple of weeks back into his career, he goes and pulls this stuff.
It would have been wiser if he didn't go. Initially, what he told the cops was he was around the area taking his dog for a walk. So what's happened, the reasons the punishments are so severe is because the players lied to the club.
Of course.
And they go, we were just in the area, nothing happened, we went there. Then they started to hear details, Norman, dropped his wallet as he was legging it. The Bellens players hit him under one of the beds upstairs. That's when it started to get really ugly. So we're trying to keep the competition alive, and now the NRL come out and said, $50,000 fine to the guy that did it, 8-week suspension. And the reason it's 8 weeks for him is because he copped a similar suspension last year. He copped a $10,000 fine for not checking into a cafe with using his QR code.
Bro, they were ripping them apart on 2GB today.
Yeah?
Absolutely annihilating them. Every single caller that called in lost their minds at this.
Yeah, it's not good, mate. It's just poor because, there are so many people out there that have lost businesses. They've lost, they can't stand on their own 2 feet. These players get the luxury of still be able to, get paid and play a game of footy and they don't take it with 2 hands. And it's very upsetting. But look, honestly, just listening to that makes you just think, mate, how dumb can you possibly be as a footballer?
Well, it has to, for me, I think that's finalized their year. No chance they're making any sort of finals contention.
It does make it harder.
I don't think it's happening, bro. Not after that.
It does make it harder.
I know they're separate. I know they're pushing it over a couple of weeks and whatever it is, but bro, they're missing key players every single week. They're done.
It's just unwarranted publicity.
Yeah, 100%.
The cameras outside Paul Vaughan's house for the last few days, and then the players, that weren't a part of it, just go to training and they're getting recorded by media, and it's just a joke.
Stato.